What is up, you guys? On tonight's video, we are going to be explaining the Creepypasta and ARG Iceberg. And supposedly, when you explain this iceberg at 3 a.m., the red panda from Turning Red will come and murder you. Anyways, guys, before the video starts, try to like the video with your uvula. Only 1% of the entire world can do this. All right, ready, everybody? So 3, 2, 1. Ew! What are you doing? Anyways, guys, don't forget to like the video. Also, don't forget to leave comments down below. I get these amazing comments and I want to make sure y'all get a shout out. So if you want a shout out in the next video like these people, make sure to leave a comment on this video. Anyways, guys, so we're going to start on the first layer. And in this first entry, it is wild, man. You don't understand. So there was this guy that recorded something at the video store, and it turned out that video store was
ECVA is a YouTube web series acting as a soft reboot of Clear Lakes 44 and a spin-off of Marble Hornets, one of the most popular Slender Man web series. It was created by Troy Wagner after Clear Lakes 44 was cancelled due to Wagner's lack of interest and his crew leaving his production company, Troy Has a Camera. ECVA began with cryptic tweets from the Marble Hornets Twitter account hinting at a new series in the same universe. The YouTube channel would then upload its first video on October 2016. ECVA Network was a television station operational during the late 90s, early 2000s, but was soon shut down. However, it has recently been revived by a mysterious character known as the Broadcaster. At the end of each episode, we get notes from someone who provides their thoughts and insights. Later in ECVA 6, the person writing these notes is revealed to be S. Hawkins, who runs the ECVA channel. Hawkins inherited a house from his relatives and realized that the house still receives signals from the ECVA network. Out of curiosity, he automatically records each broadcast and uploads them onto YouTube. Soon, the broadcasts begin digressing into strange and abstract visuals. The network would also interact with Hawkins themselves by mentioning an application to ECVA they sent years ago and calling their workplace in the middle of the day. Hawkins would regularly visit the house to perform maintenance on the broadcast setup. They also learned about the ARG Listener, an operating system that the broadcaster uses to infect people. More broadcasts are aired explicitly threatening Hawkins, causing them to go to the house to set up a security system. However, as they approach the house, they would soon be met by an unexpected visitor. We soon learn that Hawkins is infected with Blot, a brain implant that allows the ARG Listener to control the individual and transforms their body into static. ECVA 18 is the latest broadcast, showing ARG Listener being upgraded and the broadcaster following someone through their car dash cam. The series is still active as the channel directs viewers to Hawkins' Twitter account to play a game called Laos, resembling a text adventure game where users would vote on what choice they would make on each encounter. The game is still running, so the next season of ECVA could start very soon. Hell is an ARG that begins as a cryptic website with a gif of a kid against an ominous dark background. On the top of the page there are two links titled Enter and Part 2. Clicking on Enter leads to a page showing a gif of an ocean in the rain. Clicking on Part 2 shows this fucking terrifying image of a bunny with encrypted code right below it. This website is relatively obscure and mysterious, however, Reddit user Zaftark broke down the puzzles found on the site. The Ocean page had hidden quotes from authors such as James Patterson and C. Joybell C on the Inspect Element page. The encrypted bunny code can be passed through a Visioneer square with this key to reveal the sentence,
"Do you take the plunge down the rabbit hole without knowing how deep it goes?"
You would then take the values of the key's letters and put them in the URL to uncover this message. Congratulations, you have the actual answer to the entrance of part 2. You will need this later. Good luck. Proceed. Clicking on proceed would take the user to a page with this wall of text. They would also find this page and a 3-minute clip from the 2001 film Dagon within the page's elements. Unfortunately, it seems that the trail has gone cold. The Discord server dedicated to the Hell ARG has also gone inactive, and the website was taken down a while ago. Away Glitch Swan is an ARG consisting of several YouTube channels with varying video styles, featuring puzzles solved by a spectrogram and other visual analysis. Even though some mysteries have been solved, most are still yet to be, and probably won't be because the channel is constantly removing their videos. There are 3 channels associated with Away Glitch Swan. The first channel is Away Glitch Swan Deceased and will only have 3 videos, all titled Complex Puzzle. The second channel has the subtitle G14 Classified and uses a different art style from the previous channel. Most of the videos have the theme of world peace, and those videos also include more puzzles. Their third channel, subtitled World Peace, included videos advocating for world peace. There have been some accusations that Away Glitch Swan was associated with Cicada 3301. However, the creators have come out to deny this notion. This entire ARG is cryptic and unfortunately it hasn't gained much popularity, so it went cold soon after. Gmod9 Fan Re-Uploads is a YouTube channel that supposedly re-uploads old Gary's Mod videos. It's very similar to the channel Gunslinger Pro 2009, which I discussed in the previous video, but Gmod Fan predates it. The channel starts off with regular amateur Gmod videos, ranging from funny skits with the ragdolls to tutorials on how to build a dumpster. However, at the end of each video, it would glitch out. The dumpster tutorial is notable because it shows a figure walking out of the dark room in GM Construct. The channel would progressively show the player being paranoid of that room, constantly shining flashlights down it and barricading the entrance in some of the videos. In the video How to Crash a Server Easy in Gmod 9, the player teaches the audience to crucify a ragdoll, causing the game to crash. It seems that this video has caused the figure to gain more power, as shown in the channel's final video titled Done. And that's it for now. There's speculation that this channel could be connected to another Gmod YouTube channel, Classic GM Videos, but since that's a later entry in the iceberg, we'll discuss it very shortly. At first, I thought this was a joke entry, but it turns out there have been several attempts at making ARGs in Roblox. One of the more notable ARGs I'll talk about is Roblox Footage Archives, a YouTube channel that hosted videos of someone recording their monitor playing Roblox before it crashed. An error message was read out loud in Japanese.
現在、ゲームクライアントで致命的なエラーが発生しています。ゲームサーバーの問題が原因で、当面はウェブサイトをシャットダウンする必要があります。 当面はゲームやウェブサイトに入らないでください。法的責任を負うことになり、罰金が課される可能性があります。このイベントについてあなたが知っている信頼できる人と話さないでください。これが起こらなかったふりをしてください。
As the channel progresses, the errors become more disturbing, featuring red static, killing the player in-game, and making screeching loud noises. The channel will also showcase many weird occurrences that happen in different games, including footage from Roblox's alpha build, GoBlocks. The channel would release its final video, fittingly titled Finale, featuring real-life footage of someone walking through the forest before cutting into a room with bloody hands before cutting again to a room with a computer playing Roblox. Roblox footage archives would gain popularity, leading to the creator making a wiki and a Discord server. The wiki was used to flesh out the additional plot details featured in the videos. Fans would also participate in the world building by submitting potential characters into the Discord server. Soon, however, everything would be destroyed: the channel, the server, and the wiki. The creator claimed burnout was the reason for the deletion of Roblox footage archives, but I'm sure the community calling him out as a dick didn't really help everyone either. There's also another Roblox ARG that I found from the Some Ordinary Gamer subreddit involving a game called Pulsations, where it shows an onion link after going through the game containing gore pictures along with some puzzles. However, there hasn't been much progression and the ARG went cold, obviously. Robert Helpman is a YouTube channel that features short black and white videos of a wrapped dead body called Daisy. All 12 videos were uploaded hours from each other and are overall fucking creepy. So each video depicts Daisy doing various activities such as feeding some birds, playing hide and seek, you know, the usual. Sometimes a man in a mask with a knife appears in the video, who seems to be Daisy's killer slash caretaker. Each video has a hidden frame containing many miscellaneous words scrambled on the screen. If you overlap each frame on top of one another, the poem "The Gay Lady" is formed. There was a lady all skin and bone, sure such a lady was never known. It happened upon a certain day, this lady went to the church to pray. When she came to the church stile, there she did rest a little while. When she came to the churchyard, there the bell so loud she heard. When she came to the church door, she stopped to rest a little more. When she came to the church within, the parson prayed 'gainst pride and sin. On looking up, on looking down, she saw a dead man on the ground. And from his nose unto his chin, the worms crawled out, the worms crawled in. Then she unto the parson said, "Shall I be so when I'm dead?" oh yes, the parson said, "You will be so when you are dead." Here the lady screams. I think at this point I just want to reassure that Daisy is not a real body, because many people pointed out that a dead body wrapped in plastic bags wouldn't really look like this. Also, why would an actual murderer go through the trouble of making cryptic ass YouTube videos like this? So if all of this is fake, it kind of begs the question of, why would someone make this in the first place? Well, first, if you watch these videos, you will know that Daisy has a supernatural ability to move herself and other objects around her surroundings, despite being a dead corpse. She even escaped the house, which no one seemed to expect, judging from the video's description and the man's reaction to her leaving. And then there's the channel's name, Robert Helpman. The name is shared with an Australian ballet dancer and actor, with the most notable role as the child catcher in the musical film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. With this film in mind, YouTube user Inside a Mind connected the film to the YouTube channel.
The final piece of evidence that relates this movie to Robert Helpman's YouTube channel is that this is a Christmas movie. It's a film that is played every year at Christmas time, and it's become one of those movies that a lot of people sit down and watch over and over around that season. You're probably thinking, why is Christmas relevant to this channel?
Daisy represents the Christmas season, and what the creator of the channel is basically telling us is that Christmas is now a decaying shell of itself. The enthusiasm of the holiday is waning, the same decorations being put up over and over again, to the same Christmas movies being played over and over again, to the same Christmas songs being heard over and over again. Christmas is the same dead corpse that people invite into their homes every year, and this channel disturbingly represents this sentiment. Waking Titan is an ARG used to promote the game No Man's Sky. It was created by Allison Smith, a Canadian ARG developer, involving the Atlas Foundation, performing dangerous experiments and developing new technologies for the player to test out. There are 2 seasons in this ARG which focus on specific experiments. The first season revolves around Loop 16, an AI designed to test the simulation theory by utilizing virtually infinite processing power to create a simulation as complex as our universe. There are 3 phases to Season 1. In the first phase, players had to navigate through a website, wakingtitan.com, to solve a puzzle consisting of 6 triangles called sigils and white icons called glyphs. Each sigil and glyph required a password found through collaboration. The phase ended with the Atlas Foundation CEO congratulating the players. Phase 2 began when the website changed to a command line terminal. Players would provide different inputs to the prompt to cause different results. Some of these inputs hint towards the No Man's Sky update. The phase ended with a Twitch livestream where it showed a 5-monitor setup. Players would have to work together to solve puzzles in which the results will be shown live. Phase 3 started at the end of the livestream, where players would solve more puzzles live before Loop 16 asked the chat if it should exist. The response was an overwhelming yes, and the livestream ended with Loop 16 giving out a thank you. The first season ended with the release of the Atlas Rises update in August 2017. Season 2 begins with the Atlas Foundation's cloud service, Myriad, getting corrupted by Loop 16's reboot. Players would then navigate through a website from the VR neurotechnology company, Where. It turns out that 12 Where test subjects were found having their minds uploaded into Myriad's satellite. There was a raid to rescue these test subjects, but it led to Atlas's CEO getting killed and having 7 subjects getting their brains scrambled. The season culminated in a live stream where players would talk directly to the surviving test subjects to disconnect them from the cloud. One subject, Toby, could not disconnect due to the lack of resources. To provide enough power for the system to release Toby, Loop 16 shut itself down. The season ended with the release of the next update in July 2018. 70 Broad is a YouTube channel centered around an individual named George, who happened to have murdered someone recently and is now on the run from the police. The series began with George confessing and regretting the murder he had committed. He even tried to burn himself, but failed. George would then upload videos of himself from the past, where they would be placed in a separate playlist called Then. George would then upload a video titled Who I Killed.
You've been telling me to turn myself in. They're telling me to turn myself in.
So George is acting kind of off. He's not entirely grief-stricken from the murder. He also never explained who he murdered in the first place. 70 Broad also has a Twitter account where it's clear that there's 2 distinct characters having a conversation with each other. The character and the creator. The character wants to make sure that the entire story is told. Meanwhile, the creator wants to end it as soon as possible. After these tweets, he would quickly upload a video titled The Killing, Why I Had to Hide. It starts with George's family celebrating his mother's birthday, but as George arrives on screen, the situation escalates.
No, you know I can hear you talking about me.
No, we won't. We just started asking where you are and how you are. Do you want a drink?
Fuck off.
Do you want a drink?
Fuck off.
It is my birthday.
Alright, mate, alright, calm down, mate.
It's Mum's birthday. Come on.
Come on, George, don't ruin it for your mum.
Where the fucking camera then?
I didn't even, oh my. Oh.
What? Oi.
Where the fucking camera?
What, mate?
Alright, see the camera's down.
Tell me the fucking truth!
George, put the camera.
Oi.
Tell me the fucking truth, you're talking about me!
Calm down.
Calm down.
Shut the fuck up, get over there! Get over there! Get over there! Get over there!
Get over here.
You're fucking lying, tell me! Tell me the fucking truth!
George!
Stop!
This video would cause 70 Broad to gain mainstream attention, mostly from media outlets questioning whether a murder was actually confessed online. The backlash was immense, with the videos getting disliked, bombed, and filled with negative comments. It was getting attention, but it was the wrong attention. And now it's at this point that I need to say that George is obviously not a real murderer. Fortunately, many YouTubers such as Nightmind and Inside of Mind would cover this series and bring more positive attention towards 70 Broad. George, the character, would then experience a downturn in his life, getting expelled from university, breaking up with his girlfriend, and losing most of his friends. However, the series would seemingly abruptly end after the creator would come out to say that the series was cancelled. The police have begun investigating the channel. 70 Broad would transform its content with George, the creator, making videos of himself reacting to the 70 Broad series, answering Q&As, and even filming regular vlogs. His university would also suspend George because of 70 Broad, worsening George's mood. But so far, it seems that George was done playing a murderer. Or so we thought. Members of the 70 Broad Discord were able to predict when George would be expelled from college, just like his character in the series. So this basically confirms that the cancellation is still a part of the story. George gets kicked out of his dorm room and begins living in his car. He also begins to live stream to pass the time, and even got mugged live, which caught the attention of Keemstar. His mental health begins to decline, but his viewers could convince him to go back home. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that well.
What the fuck? No, wait! Dave! Look, I come downstairs, fucking passport. Are you fucking joking me? Is this really what you want from me? A fucking reaction? Give you a fucking reaction. Destroy my monitor, you destroy my fucking passport. Fuck off!
He would go radio silent for 1 year until the Twitter account began teasing the ending. George would then upload the video, "Thanks for watching," to explain what the ending could have been. He would also discuss the ending with Inside of Mine, who uploaded the interview on his channel. As of now, nothing has come out of 70 Broad since then. The channel has all but 2 videos privated, the Twitter account has become protected, and the Discord invite link is now dead.
Oh my god, you guys, that layer was insane! Can you believe we actually made it out there? That's only just 1 layer. We got 4 more to go. You see the number on the bottom left of your screen? You know how much of this video we have left? Dude.
What brings you out here today?
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
Archimedes is an indie horror game on Steam where players would explore an old operating system with someone asking for the computer's secrets. Arc, the operating system, resembles a sort of alternate Windows 95, with players using a web browser and an instant messaging window to communicate with the mysterious user. Players would navigate through links, use Google Maps to find clues in real-life locations, and read through documents in the computer's directory. The further you go down this technological rabbit hole, the more frightening it becomes. Soon, Arc becomes even more corrupted, deleting files, unleashing malware. Even the user we've been chatting with gets into an internal conflict. Like Gmod9 fan re-uploads, Classic GM Videos is a YouTube channel archiving Gary's Mod videos. The player is seemingly haunted by an entity from the GM Construct Darkroom, while messing around with NPCs and ragdolls. The channel started out with amateur Gmod skits involving the G-Man getting into some shenanigans. However, the mysterious entity would first appear in the video GM Graveyard Creepy Secret Room tutorial. From then on, each video would have some odd event happening towards the end, such as the game glitching out or the mysterious figure appearing again. The player begins to grow paranoid, constantly checking their back, teleporting to the darkroom to figure out where the figure comes from, and even setting up ragdolls to guard the room. Then the channel stops uploading, with this as the final video. Yeah, this ARG is very similar to Gmod9 fan, which is why some claim the two were connected somehow. And I guess there's a lot of Gmod ARGs because of the creepiness factor that the game gives off. Gary's Mod is well known for making players feel creeped out, probably because most of the maps are large empty landscapes and empty cities, with the ambient noises from Half-Life 2 not making things much better. It just always feels like you get jump scared at any moment. Nettlebrook is an ARG revolving around a psychic and empath named Echo Rose. Echo is trying to fit into Nettlebrook as she recently moved in. At first, she started out feeling kind of lonely, so she decided to make YouTube vlogs and follow gossip accounts to better understand the town. She would also document all of her experiences and conversations around the town. However, it's pretty clear that she isn't welcome here.
I'm getting stared at. Hi. I'm getting stared at wherever I go. Like, I don't know, I guess I just have very commanding energy. I have a very commanding presence.
Excuse me?
I swear to God, I'm never having kids. What does this even say?
Rose also followed an Instagram account called Nettlebrook's Fallen Angels, which at first glance seems to just be another teen gossip account, but if you review the post closer, it's apparent they're bullying and harassing girls, in particular someone named Zoe Bent. It's later revealed that Zoe has gone missing, and Echo, using her astrology powers, senses odd energy surrounding the town. This leads to a livestream of her going to a bog where she sees a strange woman hanging around.
Why the bog? And it's just one bog. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's like multiple bogs. It's only this one that I'm like drawn to. Hello? I thought I just saw someone.
Echo continues to vlog and talks about a festival happening in the same bog. She later returns to the bog again, this time at night. She then senses spirits inhabiting the woods near her. She feels a woman who is cold and covered in mud before being interrupted by a man in the woods who warns Echo about getting caught in the root system.
Oh my God!
What are you doing out here?
Oh my God! What are you doing?
Are you the one tampering with my cameras?
What?
You know it's dangerous out here. I suggest you take your little witch party and you move to another part of the ball.
I'm not a witch. I'm an empath and a psychic, first of all. And second of all, what are you doing here?
Your funeral. Don't come crying to me when you become part of the root system.
What's your name? Who are you?
Later on, the Fallen Angels Instagram account began complaining that their phone was stolen, with others claiming the same thing happened to them. Echo Rose was soon fired from her job after the Instagram account, who was a student at the school she worked at, suspected that Echo was responsible for stealing the phones. This led to a meltdown on Echo's YouTube and Instagram. Soon, YouTube channel Zipper Films, composed of Zip Wilson and Karma Gonzalez, would explore the same bog Echo visited. Their visit was notable for having paranormal activity in the form of an apparition in a white dress appearing in the background. Echo and Zipper Films would then collaborate after talking about their bog experiences. The series is on hiatus as of now, with the creators citing COVID as the main reason. Hopefully it will resume once the pandemic is over. Junko Junsui is an ARG that began as social media accounts with the eponymous name, mass friending everyone on the internet. She clarifies that she doesn't know everyone and is telling them that they're going to participate in something grander. Of course, many assume that Junko was honest and needed help. However, there are of course some skeptical individuals who attempt to dissect the game in the Unfiction forums, a website with a community dedicated to solving ARGs. They were able to gain new information from Junko herself through DMs. It turns out that Junko is a part of a sisterhood and her little sister is in trouble. However, the ARG would take a step that was deemed too far. Dine Centini would directly message other players, angrily telling everyone to leave Junko alone and to stop talking about her on the Unfiction forums. This event was breaking some untold rules with alternate reality games. It's not common for characters in an ARG to infiltrate a discussion space and act openly hostile towards the players for playing the game. It's essentially breaking the fourth wall. However, this ARG would take another step too far by referring players by their real names without their permission. This caused many players to drop out of the game due to safety and trust issues. However, there are some that would still willingly play after this issue. Junko would then upload an advertisement on her Twitter where she modeled for a biotech company. The company claimed that Junko had valuable genetics and stated that she and the other Junsui are children of all mankind. Through biological augmentation, Junko has the most optimal human alleles. The video would then present an error message if you try to rewatch it. The message had a hidden link which led to a fake Google page. In this fake Google, users would search the enemy as told from the error message. It would then take users to a website from the Russian security organization Alpha Center. Users would then search Alpha Center on the fake Google page, leading to this video. At this point, the ARG was beginning to gain traction, being discussed on Reddit and 4chan, which led to more controversy. First, the Alpha Center is a real organization, with players mistakenly contacting them about Junsui, accusing them of imprisoning innocent women. Second, the term Junsui and sisterhood also stirred controversy because those terms are associated with the Black Widows, a real group of female suicide bombers in Russia. The line between the game and real life was starting to blur, to the point that one of the characters, Diane Centini, actually appeared on a terrorist watch list. All of this caused the creators to make a Reddit post basically providing a guideline on what is and isn't part of the game. This continued until the end of 2009, when the creators simply stopped uploading clues. 5 years would pass until the ARG continued with the app Alpha Archive being released on iOS in 2014. This also revealed the creators of the Junko Junsui ARG, Rob Alton and Patrick Marxano. They revealed that the ARG was created to advertise something they made but was unsure how to market it. They would use Alpha Archive to capitalize on the ARG monetarily. The app also caused controversy, with players concerned that the app was used to hack into their personal data because of how it looked. After the release of the Alpha Archive, the ARG had ended, with the creators moving on to new projects. Jack Torrance is a YouTube channel depicting someone who had recently found 10 boxes filled with mostly junk, but it also had old physical videos ranging from 35mm stock film to Betamax. The channel would digitize and upload these videos, ranging from creepy shit like Ouija boards and puppets to more mundane stuff like someone putting on makeup and some kid playing around. The channel would then interrupt this stream of old footage to showcase modern footage of someone exploring a house that contained some of the items shown in the old footage. The channel would return to uploading old footage after the Nighttime Return video. And it is at this point where Nick Nocturne, aka Nightmind, becomes involved. Jack Torrance would take a 2-year hiatus from uploading. Coincidentally, at the same time, Nocturne uploaded his first video analyzing the series. The channel would soon return with a livestream titled Find Me, for which Nocturne interpreted as players needing to actually leave their comfy homes to search for this guy. So he left a comment.
If you want to be found, very well. I'm calling your bluff. Make me come down to Texas and I'll track you down.
Jack Torrance would then upload a video with Morse code translated as, "It is calling, will you answer?" And so, Nick Nocturne would set off to travel to Austin, Texas. After using the past videos and descriptions as a guide, Nocturne was able to find the exact filming locations, even recreating some of the shots from Torrance's videos. He goes on an Easter egg hunt to find clues such as a little doll, a drainage pipe, and a coffee canister containing documents about his trip so far. He also live streamed his entire journey, so viewers can chime in if Torrance uploaded a new video or Nocturne missed a clue. So the ARG became a cat and mouse chase between Nocturne and Torrance. Torrance would leave behind more clues for Nocturne to find, all while being live streamed to his audience. It felt like the creators didn't really expect someone like Nightmind to literally find them, traveling to a different state and scouting out the locations. As of now, the channel seems to be on hiatus. Nocturne returned home and would upload an hour-long video recapping the entire trip and all the new content that came out of it. However, the last upload was 3 years ago, and there hasn't been any activity from the channel since.
What is up with all those hexagons, you know what I mean, man? On Twitter? You know? Like Keemstar has that old
Why can't it be octagons?
Yeah, why can't it be octagons? Why hexagons? Why have any shape at all? You hear that? It sounded like a bored ape. What the hell? Who put all these NFTs here? Who?
You guys should look into making your own crypto. They make a fucking...
Post Content is a YouTube channel where it seems to be another tutorial guide channel at a first impression. However, the first upload doesn't follow up on this impression. We see the floor is lined with trash bags, there's some thing at the door, and there's a poo bucket in the corner. The channel continues to upload with a series involving easy go solutions, from which the main character is fascinated with. Later on, the channel would convert its content from simply vlogs around the house to making tutorials. Of course, these tutorials are strange in nature, featuring the monsters that have been haunting him, and includes ominous narration on how to make them disappear, along with quickly flashing a wrapped body bag. The second tutorial has the main character showing us how to deal with a monster outside the window by provoking it. The face becomes closer before shedding blood from its eyes and causing the main character to throw up into the poo bucket. Later on in the series, it's revealed that the main character had murdered someone and that these monsters are there to punish him mentally and physically. Pizza Time Pizza is a YouTube series created by Alex Bale revolving around strange pizza advertisements for a restaurant called Pizza Time Pizza.
Hi, I'm a real person, and I eat Pizza Time Pizza every day. Some people ask us, how do we make our Pizza Time Pizza taste so good? We use only real ingredients like cheese, tomatoes, and egg. I'm a real doctor, and Pizza Time Pizza isn't just good for you, it's good for you. Did you know that 100% of people who don't try Pizza Time Pizza die eventually? If you don't eat Pizza Time Pizza, then you will definitely eventually die. Go to Pizza Time.
Yeah, clues found in the ads include small text warnings about how these pizzas have cyanide and how joining the Pizza Time Pizza family will save you. There's also a link hidden amongst the small text, which leads to a video of someone marking their whiteboard with a tally count reading 14. This video was found on the official Pizza Time Pizza website. It showcases an About Us section, definitely not a cult, along with an online menu, teachings from the Pizza Man, and even an email prompt where you could communicate with Pizza Time Pizza, where if you were to email them when the ARG just started, you would receive this video. Another email will be sent out by the Pizza Man where it asks all of the new members to destroy the false pizzas. And people did destroy those pizzas. Shortly after that, the second episode was released where Pizza Time Pizza outlined the principles of the family from the Pizza Man. The series continues with Pizza Time Pizza reinforcing that they're not a cult, and they started kidnapping people. Season 6 would be the most significant episode as it directly addresses the missing people. Julian is shown searching for clues on who this mysterious pizza man is and where Jessica, his kidnapped friend, may be. However, Pizza Time Pizza would retaliate by revealing that the pizza man is Alex Bale, the creator of this series. But this Alex Bale is actually a character from his previous web series, Promos. Promos was a web series consisting of short comedy skits that escalated in chaos. Julian also appeared in this series, and it ended with Alex being sent to prison. Episode 7 would showcase the man from the 14 video murdering Jessica, revealing that the whiteboard was a kill count. The series ends with this 10th episode, revealing that Alex has a split personality, and the evil Alex has imprisoned the good Alex in an infinite loop of promos. Good Alex would attempt to escape, but realized that his evil side was much more powerful. Good Alex decides to give up on the condition that Julian stays out of the situation. However, Julian remains determined to find Jessica and finds out that a mysterious entity is possessing Alex, as Julian had found its other hosts. Julian falls for Alex's trap, and the entity now possesses Julian.
Julian?
Julian's gone.
No.
You were a good host, Alex. But your services are no longer required.
No, wait. No, wait.
Omega Mart is an art installation in Las Vegas depicting a supermarket with strange products for sale, including mammoth chunks, vegan goat pus, and whole tattooed chickens. You can get the general idea of Omega Mart in their commercials.
This Halloween, give them what they really want. Nut-free salted peanuts. Now only $5.99 a gram. Wake Up Cleaning Spray, now in fun size. This week, just $12.99 a bag. Plus, get Glorbox for just $10.99. Now you're sure to be the favorite house on the globe.
Omega Mart, you have no idea what's in store for you.
Omega Mart began in 2009 from the art company Meow Wolf in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It essentially looked like a sketchy-ass indoor garage sale, and they attempted another store in 2012, which actually looked like a supermarket. Meow Wolf got Santa Fe students to create fake goods to stock that market. After the success of their House of Eternal Return attraction, they opened a permanent Omega Mart in Las Vegas with purchasable products. The store is located in the Area 15 retail complex. Area 15, not Area 51. The ARG begins in the Las Vegas store, where there are literal tears in the universe that you can go through and see the forked earth. Omega Mart also has a website for users to explore, bringing clues to Omega Mart's lore. Dram Corp is the parent company of Omega Mart and was able to achieve financial success due to their exclusive access to Additive S. The CEO, Walter Dram, expressed that he's retiring from his position and would give it to Kaz Matsumura. However, Walter's daughter, Cecilia, would later post on an announcement that she would be the new CEO as her father just retired. Pretty suspicious. Anyways, Cecilia would run the company, revealing more information about Additive S. The source of the additive is called Source, and Source can be potentially dangerous because of its ability to make inanimate objects alive and cause difficult spills. More clues can be found in the store, leading to answers about the Source's origins and the dispute between Cecilia and her father. This Room Does Not Exist is a YouTube channel featuring a plot set in an alternate near future. Deep Sleep Enterprises, run by Miller Vince, has created a new virtual reality technology called The Interior, which simulates an entire world for humanity to inhabit if the Earth was rendered inhabitable. This technology would then be tested by two friends, Abigail and Ryan, first featured in archive footage uploaded by the channel. As the series progresses, it's clear living in the interior is beginning to take a physical and mental toll on the characters. The interior itself begins glitching out, with the characters being chased by mysterious and hostile entities. We then get introduced to Leo and Amy, who begin talking to each other in the video's descriptions, discussing about how to tamper with the interior. Amy had already escaped the interior and reassured Leo that she could break him out. The system soon becomes aware of the two, with the message indicating a retaliation. Later on, we meet Mitchell, a new subject who wanders around the interior searching for someone. However, when Mitchell entered a room, he turned into Ryan, indicating that the system had glitched, causing a reset. Mitchell would enter the room again to meet up with two other people. It's revealed that the trio have been searching for Ryan. Meanwhile, Ryan is being interrogated by the interior staff, and it's revealed that Ryan knew the CEO's son, which could be why he's such a notable subject in the company's eyes. Leo and Amy continue their efforts to release Ryan out of the interior while the system continues to contain him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Little bro, that was insane.
Are we really gonna make it out?
No, we're gonna make it out alive, man. Dude, that layer was insane. I don't know if I can keep going like this.
I'm not entirely sure why Everyman Hybrid is this slow on the iceberg, considering it's one of the most popular Slenderman web series alongside Marble Hornets and Tribe 12. Since there's 8 years of videos and tweets and a whole bunch of content, I'm just going to briefly explain the synopsis of the first half of the series. 3 friends, Jeff, Evan, and Vince, set out to create fitness videos and, as a joke, included a fake Slenderman to get more views. However, another Slenderman appears in their videos, which they assume as someone pulling a prank on them. They soon realize that the Slenderman is the real deal and become fearful for their lives. Their anxiety became heightened when Jeff's girlfriend, Jessa, disappears. Oddly edited videos, which are entirely invisible to the characters, are uploaded onto their channel by an intruder. These videos captured footage of things that can't happen or weren't intended for viewers' eyes, as well as events that the crew doesn't remember happening. The cast finds notes and clues with coordinates and cryptic hints, leading them to search for Jessa in various burnt-out locations, along with numerous Slenderman encounters. Jeff blames Jessa's friend Damsel for her disappearance, as her Tumblr blog frequently references Slenderman. Damsel claims that she knows nothing of the disappearance, but after Jeff tips off the police, she is sent to a mental hospital. A mysterious tournament is opened by an entity called Habit, who left all the clues and uploaded the hidden videos. The main cast and 200 other viewers join and complete the 7 trials. Habit ends the tournament with 7 players remaining. The trio break Damsel, now known as Stephanie, out of the mental hospital, believing she could help, but she admits that she knows very little about the Slenderman other than being a victim herself. She stays with Evan, fearing the police would arrive if she were to go back to her apartment. Steph and Evan would eventually begin a romantic relationship. As the series progresses, Jeff becomes more distant from the group, Evan begins acting more erratically, and Vince becomes more determined to record everything. Steph and Evan's relationship continues to progress, revealing that Steph is pregnant with Evan's baby. While being possessed by Habit, Evan tortures and kills Jeff, along with murdering Steph and her baby. Habit then leaves Evan's body, forcing him to witness what he has done. Later on, he calmly retells to the camera what Habit made him do, even going into detail about the feeling of his daughter's bones against his teeth. Obviously traumatized and defeated, he confesses that he will kill himself by battling the rake. And that's where I'm going to leave it with this series. Like I said earlier, there's been 8 years of videos, blogs, tweets, and a whole bunch of other content. There are plenty of videos recapping Everyman Hybrid if you're interested in the series. For example, you could check out Nightmind's Everyman Hybrid Explained series. The Outsider 110 is a YouTube channel filled with videos littered with encrypted messages. It's implied that the story is about a stalker/murderer in Turkey who is planting down encrypted clues that could possibly lead to his location. Not much else is known about this ARG besides some Reddit posts on the ARG subreddit. Apparently, the story would not continue unless all of the clues are solved. Caring is a YouTube channel containing videos of scenic backgrounds glitching out, occasionally with text on screen. These scenic videos are intermittently woven with collages of old archival footage or old advertisements. However, the ARG ended in 2016 with the video titled Goodbye. In the video, co-creator Josh Spokins explained that he had a falling out with the other co-creator, Derek Colorbars. He elaborates the origins of Caring and how they intended to use the ARG as a means of self-help, evident in the most recent videos. Josh states his unhappiness with the state of the ARG as it ended and intends to work on other projects solo. T1WRE3 is a YouTube channel consisting of 2 videos showing a scribbled figure with a red face and text flashing on the screen. According to the channel's description, it appears that the figure's name is No Name. In each video, there's a link to Mediafire, which leads to a zip folder that includes an executable file, which, by the way, it is very fucking risky to open a random executable file, so be careful. The exe opens up a password prompt. A text file is also in the zip folder with coordinates in Michigan. After using the coordinates to find a password, the prompt leads to a download of a Minecraft map. Searching around leads to clues that reveal a hidden YouTube video. This video shows another executable file, which then tells that whoever is running this ARG killed their cousin. This ARG has garnered a lot of popularity, in particular Brazil, after YouTube user Toddin covered it on their channel, with the video reaching almost 8 million views. Experiencing Joy is a YouTube channel that began with an animation telling the story about the Alastor Isle of the Cameron Islands, who had an indigenous tribe left undisturbed until 1982, when 6 members of the Christian Pentecostal order made an illegal trip to the island to document the tribe. The crew set sail to the island at night but crashed because of a heavy storm. After 3 days, only one of the crew members survived, Jane Palmer, and she provided her first-hand account of what had happened. When the crew crash landed onto the island, they noted how the natives had not responded yet. They would explore some caves to find carvings and set up camp in that cave. They were soon woken up by the natives and were imprisoned for torture. Soon, one of the members were able to escape and help the rest in escaping as well. They kidnapped a baby for ransom, however it failed and the rest of the crew were murdered. Jane was also subjected to torture and sexual assault but eventually escaped and was rescued. After the trip, Jane Palmer would then commit suicide by slashing her wrists in the forest. Yeah, that got pretty dark. However, whether this story is true or not is yet to be concluded. The sources linked in the description of the video either lead to dead links or to articles that don't even mention anything about the island or the tribe. The channel has other documentary style videos containing stories such as someone losing their son and an archive of an educational video about enlightenment. There really isn't much else known about this ARG, as it is relatively obscure.
The police, they're after me! Oh my god!
I'm sure on the internet there are probably thousands, if not maybe even a million, of ARGs that failed to gain traction or were cancelled early on, causing them to be lost. This iceberg doesn't really mention any specific undiscovered ARGs. I mean, if the iceberg had found undiscovered ARGs, they would be considered discovered. Mr. Scientist 17 is a YouTube channel where its videos mainly consist of a black screen with an encrypted message on screen and strange music in the background. These messages lead to puzzles and codes to solve. When solved, it's revealed that the channel states that the end of the world will happen in 2023. So we only got less than a year, everyone. Yume Nikki is a surreal horror game where the player would explore their dreams, which consist of surrealistic locations and creatures, to find items called effects. A user on the subreddit r/YumeNikki named Brilliant Rule 1695 posted 2 pictures of a mysterious VHS tape with the label Yume Nikki 2006 8th of April. They would later upload the tape's footage on YouTube, which just happened to be a trailer of the game from 2006 that included cut content from the final game. Later on, Brilliant Rule would admit that the trailer and the VHS tape were fake, and they created the trailer because they wanted to experiment with VHS effects. Destiny 5591 is a Twitter ARG who often posts tweets talking about their emotions or asking their audience simple questions, along with posting childlike drawings. Some of the tweets contain subliminal messages and encrypted codes, which, when decrypted, becomes cries for help. Destiny continues to act as if everything was normal, tweeting about random topics such as trying to understand standing and having an existential crisis about how much one can know. Clearly something is going on. However, not much progress had happened because the ARG is relatively obscure. Unfortunately, in October 2021, the creator had decided to end the Destiny account, citing their lack of interest, but they have started another ARG Twitter account called Before Birds Fly. Tania is a deleted YouTube channel first posted on 4chan. Fortunately, someone had managed to archive the channel link with only one video featured titled Veteran. The video shows an old recording of several people passing through the windows of a house while screams can be heard in the background. There are also other videos mentioned online, but since the channel's deleted, it's pretty much impossible to figure out this ARG. 3 Jesters is an ARG composed of 2 YouTube videos and a Discord server. The first video acts as an introduction to the characters in the ARG. The second video serves as an invitation from one of the Jesters to join the Discord server, the Court of Royals. In the Discord, the jesters would send out encrypted codes, puzzles, and riddles to groups of members in exchange for rewards. However, the most recent announcement stated that the ARG is on hiatus as of now due to a lack of creativity. WKAL is a series of videos created by YouTuber user Kyle Wall. It is a form of analog horror consisting of news channel recordings from WKAL 27. The series normally starts out with traffic and weather reports. However, towards the end of each recording, it would glitch out with black screens and distorted audio. And these recordings become increasingly stranger, with the 5th video consisting of a dashcam footage where someone drives down a highway until a jump cut sees their car in the field. The driver exits the vehicle to investigate what's in front of it before being engulfed by some bright entity, causing the camera to become distorted and turn off. The next video has the channel getting interrupted with scenic footage with someone narrating the text on screen, which talks about crystallizing memories and praising the sun and sky. The last video shows the channel getting hijacked on Halloween, where the same voice talks about how humanity will lose to something and that he knows that praising the sky would prevent that loss, whatever it is. It seems that the series ended here, and Kyle Wall has moved on to doing other projects on his YouTube channel.
Man, that was a really long video. Kinda need like a pick-me-up or something.
Hi, could I get a double fillet of fish? Well, that's it. That's the video. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, you can click the dislike button, but no one's gonna see that. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and yeah.